We're going to install, and we'll get to it. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at my phone to see what the camera's recording. So sorry, it's all over the place. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're going to attach the motor to the drone itself. All right, we're back. So I got the motor here attached, and now we're going to get to the soldering portion. So the reason you want to attach your motor and thread it through is because now we have to measure the length of wire that we need for each one of these pads right here. So these pads that we're going to be soldering onto, there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do in succession. So I have wires. So on the motor there's wire 1, wire 2, wire 3. This is wire 3. As far as to this side, I'm going to solder this one to the last point right here. So I measure out like that, and I'll make a little precision cut. There we go. And that's my wire number 3. And then what we're gonna do is for the rest of them, we're gonna measure them out, do the same thing. You don't want to cut your wires too short because then you won't have enough wire to solder on. So the next thing we need to do is tin or prep both of the surfaces that are going to be soldered. If you don't do this, you're going to have a very poor solder joint, which can lead to problems like the crash and the arm snaps, the wires pull out because it wasn't actually bonded to the other side. It was just kind of like around it. It's like we have a piece of wire. It's kind of hard to see, but you have, pretend this is a blown up piece of wire right here, and this is the solder joint. It's in here. And what you want to do is you want the two points to bond together, kind of like welding. But sometimes what can happen is the solder just flows around it if you don't prep both the surfaces, and then the wire can pull out. So what we're going to do is I have a little bit of flux with me. Strip it. Usually you don't want to use diagonal cutters because you can degrade the wire by pulling out little pieces, because this is stranded wire. You can pull out little pieces. But as long as you're careful, you won't hurt anything, and it'll be fine for flying drones. So I already prepped the pads. Since there's already solder on here, basically when you're pulling it off, you put a little flux on there and you pull off the old wires, and then you just kind of let the solder reflow over the pad. So the pad surface is already tinned, so I'm not going to do that. And what tinning is just putting solder on something. You take the soldering iron, you put the solder in there, and then you tin it. But we do need to tin these wires. It's tricky. So I'm going to bend them out a little bit. Make sure that they're all stranded together. You want to make sure they're all tight and together, because if they're spread out, then when you tin it, the solder will hold that in place and it'll be all splayed out. So you need a ton of flux, just a little bit. And flux is it's just a resin type material that allows better heat conduction. And basically what we're gonna do is how I like to do it: put a little solder on the soldering iron. Probably kind of hard for you to see. Put a little solder on the iron, and then put it to the side of it. Add a little bit of extra solder, and then pull it off. And then you should be fine. Same thing for this one here. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. So, that's exactly what we want to hear. So now we know that the drone has power. I'm just booting up my controller real quick. Another safety tip: make sure that you test this first without any props on. So look at that. Everybody spins. Sweet. working like a charm. Sounds good. All the other motors sound good too. So, all right. Well, the next video you'll probably see is footage flying things. I think I'm gonna fly the old construction site by my house again today because it looks like they're making more progress. So there we go. All right, catch you guys later.